Hey, welcome back, RC Bird fans. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues. Something happened with the camera. So, unfortunately, you missed a good portion of the game, but we thought we'd come back in to at least for those of you that are interested to see what the score is. It is currently RCB 43, Bearcats 23, with about 3:30 left. And here comes Sutherland the other way. She'll go in, and I thought may have been foul, but, they are not going to call that, but at least it's off of the Bearcats, and the Eagles will hold on. Kelser, tell us how we got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, so we started off the third quarter big, going down low with Avery Childers, who came in after hurting herself there in into the middle of the first quarter. So she finished the third quarter with 8 points, and then here hits another. I want to say she hit another 2, and then hit a big 3 in the corner. So I mean, Avery Childers has pretty much kind of put this one out of reach here in the third quarter.
Third and the fourth is RCB with a 20-point lead. Here comes Sturm, and they're going to say that was a blocked, and that will, with 3:05 to go, it'll stay here with the with RCB. But like I said, 3:05 left. RCB is ahead, has the ball. Here comes Karatz. Karatz has had a couple nice shots, and now how many is that for her?
That is, so should we have, let me see, 4, 6, 8, so 10?
10 for Karatz, so double digits for Karatz. So she's one of those that is a key player for RCB if they want to go far in sectional play when that comes up here. Grafton is in the region, not in the section. This used to be a regional game here comes Hadley Horn, who she's had a really good game for herself. How many does she have?
She had 5 there in the first half, and now right here with another 4. So she's got 9 points here in the game.
Yeah, and she just made that with the foul, so she has a chance for double digits here in a 3-point play. Sorry, and but yeah, I mean, and freshmen here doing really well. Something to look forward to. I know they start a lot of seniors at Grafton, but sometimes it's about finding that one player, and if she can develop, that can change everything. Nice job by Satterfield there, and we're going to get a timeout here. We would step away, but since we've been away now for almost like half the game, I think we'll just stay right here for this 30 seconds. As RCB with a 45-27 lead. With 2.5 minutes to go. So let's, I guess, maybe look a little bit to the future. Thursday, RCB goes on the road to Preston County, and then Saturday they go on the road for a rematch with the St. Albans Dragons. I'm going to say this. Preston and St. Albans should play each other. You got the Knights and you got the Dragons. They should play each other every year. Come on, that just makes too much sense.
We could have that game with us and Liberty for the battle for all the marbles.
Yeah, the battle for all the marbles between us and Liberty, and maybe they could play for like some sort of like foam sword or something like that. In like a stone. It would be like the sword in the stone. And the team that wins gets to take the sword out of the stone and like carry around, but like obviously just like a foam sword, or maybe like one of those military swords for like ROTC, and you just like you get the sword out of the stone. Put
it in the trophy room for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, I was say that'd be nice. Yeah. So if anyone from St. Albans or Preston's listening, there you go. You're welcome. But back to this game, RCB up 18 with about 2.5 minutes to go. Lowther gets over to Sturm. Sturm takes it to the front court. She's looking. Nice job by Keene to get the block there, and Holly Hunsaker, I think, just did a tie-up with her knees there. Yeah. So
ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground. Guys have some way to keep it together. As Haller will come back in. Being the only senior, so this is a big night for Haller on her senior night. So looks like, fortunately for her, she will have a successful game in the fact that her team will have won. And she got a nice little putback earlier to get a couple points to make sure she scored tonight.
Yeah.
The only thing, she had to go out for a while because she had 4 fouls. So, but obviously with a couple minutes left, senior night, put her in. What's the worst that can happen if she does get that 5th foul? Okay, well,
yeah. I mean, really, with Sutherland and Karatz with 2 fouls each, she's the only one who was actually in foul trouble. Everyone else, I don't even think anyone else actually even has a foul.
Long shot there by Satterfield, but Keene gets the rebound, and she will throw it back, but it'll go to Sutherland, and Sutherland will take it back the other way. As it's poked away by Horn, but Sutherland regains it, but Satterfield will knock it away from Junkins, who's gotten a lot of playing time. Obviously, some of that was necessitated by Childers going out, but she's played pretty well.
Well, I mean, what about Holly Hunsucker? She's got a bunch of playing time today as well.
If I were saying, I believe she had, I have her with 5, unless she scored more.
Yeah, I have 5 still.
Yeah, for Hunsaker. And here comes Cameron Ware, I believe, right? Cameron Ware, 24. She's getting the freshman's getting her first time and a chance to get some points in the varsity game. She has a nice little stroke to her. I've seen her in the JV games, and she's hit some outside shots. So she's someone that definitely maybe next year could step up and add some. And there's a nice little shot from the free throw line to give her first point of the game, and that will increase the lead to 19 with 1:26 to go.
She's almost like the stereotypical guard is what we have right now. She's just another copy
of
that.
Yeah, so and then the nice little and because the other thing RCB's got that's nice is that you got some tall guards. Because I mean you've got Ware who's 5'9", so that's tall for a guard. Here comes Satterfield for a long three. That rims out. And that is put in by number 14. That is Isabella Swagger. She, as far as I know, that's her first points of the game. And that will cut the lead to 18 with a minute to go. But obviously, this is going to be the Eagles' night. Now, the next time we'll see each other will be in a week against in a really tough contest as the Polar Bears are coming to town. Arguably the best team in the state, well, in AAA at least. I think recently they did lose their first game of the season to Wheeling Park, but that's a Quad A team, so that's just a different level. Wheeling Park and everything is just fantastic in sports.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be exciting to get the Polar Bears in here in the Birdcage. Just that atmosphere of our program and their program, 2 top programs in the state. RCV was able to pull it off against the other big Marion County power in North Marion. So let's see if they can, and we'll see what happens. Because I think it's this week that actually the Polar Bears and the Huskies will go at each other. So we'll see how that game goes. As that'll be a good test for RCV with a couple weeks with this week plus 2 more weeks left in the regular season before sectional play. The big games, though, coming up, you still got another game at Elkins, and you got a game at Liberty, which are your 2 sectional games still left. Here comes a long shot by Cameron Ware. That's off. But Haller, just in and out. She almost had it, but she'll get a chance to go for 2. Fouls on number 34. That is Jody Keene as her 5th, so she will actually foul out with 25.9 seconds to go. And Howler will go to the line for a chance to score some more points on senior night. As a very hardworking player, and Howler does a lot of the dirty work down low, and it doesn't get a lot of the headlines, but she's one of those players that really improves your team. So it's been great seeing her improve these last few years for the Lady Eagles. Yeah, it's nice to have someone down low that's able to get that spark like that.
As Howler, they're going to have Howler come out so she can get a nice round of applause and a well-earned round of applause as she gets a point there as Karatz will come in. As that will now normally though you'd say, okay, what's the last time she will be at home during the regular season? But we actually have 2 more home games. We have this game and I believe Philip Barber coming up as the last home game of the regular season before sectional play, and then of course we'll see. Based on sectional seeding, as this game will be.
I'm sure for the Philip Barber game, the last home game, she'll get a little bit of a standing ovation.
Yeah, I say hopefully she will. As that will end it here, as the Robert C. Byrd Eagles will beat the Bearcats, and unfortunately for the Bearcats, their losing streak increases to 12 in a row. As RCV though will move to 10-5, as they, like I said, go on a tough 2-game road trip though against Quad A competition. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, next 3 games, you've got 2 Quad A teams, and then you got Fairmont Senior, arguably the best team in AAA, your division, and so that's a hard 3-game stretch. And then, like I said, then the 2 games if you're RCV, you need to have circle, which are Liberty and Elkins on the road, your sectional games, because if you can win those, that might give you a chance to be a 1 seed or at least probably a 2 in the section, which means you at least get 1 or 2 home games in the section, which is obviously what you want, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, and then, I mean, going to Preston and then going to St. Albans, so 2 away games that you got to at least travel a little bit, not too far, especially for Preston.
Yeah.
But still, it's a little bit of a travel for 2 days,
Yep.
2-3 days in a row.
Well, I mean, at least for when we go down to St. Albans, Renee Montgomery is no longer down in that area. She's from St. Albans. We talked about that. We found out the first game. In the middle of the broadcast, I just looked up. So I knew she was from the area, and I looked up. Oh, she was from there. She didn't actually go there. She went to South Charleston, but her niece is actually a sophomore on the Dragons right now.
Oh, wow.
So, if she's anything like her aunt, and she's a pretty solid player, she's going to be something to be dealt with on Saturday.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts on this one, Kelster, before we get off?
No, I mean, it's a good 2 games in a row, 2 big wins for us. Keep the streak going now, especially with the 2 away games. So just like we keep saying, it's not over. Just keep the momentum going and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. And but RCB, thank you guys for anyone here. I see we have about 14, 15 people watching, so thank you guys for coming back. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I mean, that happens in this day and age, but but it's nice to come back and at least see that RCB has taken care of business here. So for tonight, my name's Stephen Kennedy. I'm here with Kelser Buck. I hope you have a great night, and great night for RCB. Good night.